returning home from Harbor Freight, the holy grail of cool tool places, at least in my opinion. I find it difficult to walk in that store and not just completely black out. I think by the time I'm halfway down the first aisle, my eyes glaze over, my brain overloads completely. There's no focus to be had. I generally forget why I'm in the store to begin with. And I'm just like, I want all of it. Anyway, I got some 240 grit sanding discs for the new polisher. I'm probably going to do another sanding job on the hull of the boat, get her a little more smooth. I got some polishing pads to follow up with my cutting pads. I got some cutting compound, Meguiar's cutting compound, to polish the boat. It is currently raining, however, so I don't know that there will be any polishing happening today. I need this rain to get the hell out of here so I can spend a few hours with that polisher in my hands. There's not a lot else I can do right now on the boat, and that's what I desire to be doing, boat stuff. I did pick up some galvanized wire. It'll work. It's a hell of a lot cheaper than stainless steel wire for my outer shroud. That's one we'll just have to pay special attention to and maintain more often. But, without being on salt water, I'm not real worried about it rusting. So I should be able to take down the mast maybe in the next 2 weeks, 10 days, and rebuild that outer shroud with new wire. The part that's been spun backwards and ballooned out. Sailing the boat with that damage is wildly dangerous. You could demast the boat. You could literally break your mast off the boat. So we'll get that fixed. Couldn't find any wire at Harbor Freight, of all things to not sell. They sell every manner of wire thing: wire clippers, wire connectors, shrink wrap, tubing, wire nuts, wire voltmeters, testers, clippers. They don't, however, sell wire, which makes no sense at all. I need some wire. I've got new switches and a new bus bar that I'm going to run. I got to working on wiring on the boat, and the stuff that's in there is old and not labeled, and I'm not going to trace every single wire. So I will use what is there, and I will upgrade to new everything else that I'm going to install. So that's what's up. Well, we are between rain showers. I'm in the middle of buffing the boat, and you can actually see some shine. Look at that. You got some shine on the boat. There's no shine really on this side, is there? Nope, no reflecting. The ladder doesn't even really reflect, it's just shadow. But look at this. You can see the fence. You can see the fence in the reflection. It's beautiful. Okay, I'm not gonna really cry. So I put cutting compound, Meguiar's cutting compound, the heavy stuff, on this side. 2 coats with the buffing wheel, high RPMs. You can see some of that's some compound. Actually, that's polished compound right there. But it started raining. So I've done to the chain plate here. I have not done the forward bow. And you know what? That's going to be even harder because it's above my head. I'm going to have to find something to stand on. As you can see, it's dull and flat. There's no reflection. But look, you come back here, start to see a little reflection, don't you? It's pretty awesome. So I've got 1 coat of the gel gloss protector on this side, buffed in, and I'll build up coats for sure. But I'm really happy the way it's turning out. It's a mess. It's throwing the stuff everywhere. You can see I'm probably putting too much on the pad, but the wheel covers, the fenders on the trailer, not even on the excuse me, even on the driveway, that's all polishing compound. I'm gonna have to wash that off. So maybe it's a blessing that it's raining. It's absolutely brutal holding on to this machine. So this is my polishing pad. This is the cutting pad. This is my polishing protector. This will probably go on last. This is the cutting compound, the Pro Speed cutting compound. See, it has high, heavy extra cut. It's got a lot of grit in it. And here's the shoulder builder. That's what we'll call that. Shoulder Builder 5000. This thing by itself, I mean, it's 12 pounds probably. It's the size of a small dog. And then it rotates. Let's see. I was doing the gel gloss coat at 2,600 RPMs. It goes to 3,200 RPMs. I only buff off at 3,200, so at buff off, which it has on now, that's a clean polishing pad. And that's what we use with nothing on it, just to go back, polish and remove material. And it just buffs it out. So that's what I'm up to. Taking a little break in the rainstorm. I'll hydrate a little bit. Let's go look at the work table. I set up this new work table to put my junk on out of the rain. This is my super high dollar fancy work table. This table's for sale if you're interested. It was $1,000 new. It lived in Phoenix Natural Wellness, 87th Street for, I think, nearly 7 years. And it's up for grabs if somebody wants to buy a really awesome table. So here's another all metal polish, doesn't harm fiberglass. This is probably going to get returned. About 2 bottles of the heavy compound. I should have bought a bottle of the medium, but that's all right. You know, I don't expect the boat to be perfect. I did purchase some 7-inch sanding discs at 240 grit. I kind of had a thought of doing another light sanding on it, but you know, I sanded at 200 grit, so there's really no point. Just more arm insanity. My shoulders and arms hurt. This is a new strap and hook for the front of the trailer. New bus bar and new switch plate for some new electrical hookups. Got myself a new rivet gun. My rivet gun died the other day. I was putting rivets into the mast, putting a couple of attachment points on, and my rivet, this one here, died. But you know, I'm not going to cry about it. My dad gave me this one. It's probably, I bet you this thing's nearly as old as I am. So we got good use out of it. Here's the rest of my bottom black paint to do the rest of the bottom. This came today. This is my, is it steaming light or standing light? I can't remember what they call it. This goes on the top of the mast, and it's a white light. One of the navigation lights. That's the knot meter I need to return, the broken one. Guy sent me a new one. New level meter. This tells you how far the boat is heeling over. Once the boat gets beyond about 15%, when it's heeling means leaning over, you're losing power, you're losing speed at about 15%. And then you know it's time to trim the sails a little better. This is the work box my dad carried to Lake Quivira when he raced Y Flyers for I don't know how many years, but growing up as a kid, every weekend this would be in the back of the station wagon and we'd go to Quivira. I would swim all day. Mom would make picnic lunches and he would race his boat and he gave me his box, which is kind of near and dear to my heart. It's got sentimental value and it's got everything stainless in it that you could possibly ever want for a sailboat. Look at this block. This is a Harkin block. It's probably, I bet you this thing's 35 years old or older. It may be older than that. This would be great if I'm able to figure out how to hook up a boom vang and hold my mast down. This thing on the market, this is about a $250 block. Here's another Harkin. This is just a single cheek block, or a single block. It's not a cheek block. I could make it one though. This puppy, $100 block. This I'm gonna try and mount to one of my stays. Not a stay. Well, yeah, it's a stay spreader. Halfway up the mast, you got the two pieces that look like the cross on the mast. You can hook this to it, and then you can run your flag up and down on that pulley. So I'll have to take the mast down to do that. I bought cable today. This is my wire rope to fix my stay on my starboard side. And these, I can't remember the name of these, but these go on the wire and then they are crimped down. They're smashed with a tool that my father gave me. I believe it's this tool. And it pinches the wire and it becomes, you can build a loop or a connection point end on it. These go inside the wire to make the loop and it reinforces the loop. How awesome is that? This is stuff my dad's had since I was a little boy, since I was not even a teenager. And now I'm using it. These are more polished, well, these are more cutting pads. This is a yellow foam polish. Well, that's a polishing pad. I thought it was a cutting pad. Okay, we're gonna use that. The blacks are cutting pads and they'll probably go back. They're too small. And these are wool cutting pads also. I'm gonna save one of these to do Susan's car, get her scratches out. And then these are the buffing pads and you just use them clean. They tie on with a little loop here and you just buff your wax off. So that's the work table. Here's my massive mower, and this is original sail, and that sail, the Lightning that I bought, I need to fold it up and get it in a bag. The original sail with the Laguna 24 logo, I'm gonna cut that out and I'm gonna save it. I'll probably hang it up here in the garage. So I need this, I need the rain to let up. Come on, rain. Mother Nature's being disrespectful. God, I'm so excited to see it shine on this boat. I mean, so right now touching it, it feels gritty. So after we do our polish and get the material off, then we're gonna wash it, soap and water, and then we're gonna wax it. And I don't know if it's probably not worth doing a ceramic coat on this boat. It's never gonna look perfect. Since we decided not to paint it this year, it's just too expensive. It was gonna cost me nearly $600 in paint products just to paint the boat. And then I still would have to do this process of sanding and buffing. And I'll never get it done. I'd be lucky to get it done this year. And I told Susan, I can buff this boat out. I can spend $400 on equipment and pads and polish and probably sail next month, which is the plan. And then next year, you know what? Maybe we'll paint it next year. Or maybe we won't paint this one. Maybe we'll paint the big one when we make the leap to go to the ocean. maybe we'll spend our money on that. But I'm just astounded to look at this side and see how kind of flat it is. And then the other side is starting to get some shine on it. I think I'm gonna have to lower this gear here as low as I can to polish the front, because I mean this is my arm straight up in the air all the way. It puts the phone level with the rail. I'm not gonna be able to use the polisher like that above my head. It's you got to really put a little weight behind it. So looking at it from here, you can see I've really done the back end really well. And then I see right about here, it gets a little hazy. So I think I just need to spend a little more time with the heavier grit. Man, the back end's got a great shine on it. Look at that. So it's really just a matter of time. You let the machine do the work and just slowly move it up and down and back and forth and up and down and back and forth. And God, that looks so good. It's a hell of an improvement for sure from how I got the boat. It was so banged up and looked so rough. This is actually going to look pretty damn nice on the water. I'm pretty proud. You know, some of these blemishes, like this one here, it's a fiberglass fill. And I don't know why it's discolored like that. It must be an old one, not the one that I did. Because mine, you can barely see. Here's mine. You can still see the scratch, but it's not there. You can't feel it at all. It's smooth. So paint would have covered that. And then this was a huge gouge. And same thing, it's discoloration, but smooth as a piece of paper. Just, you can't feel it at all. And of course, paint would have covered that. But yeah, this is gonna look really fantastic. So looks like I need patience just to wait out the rain. I mean, the side of the boat's pretty dry because this side is leaning down a little bit, and of course the boat is under the edge. I could work, but I'm standing in the rain and I'm holding an electrical appliance. It just seems counterintuitive. Sun's trying to come out, so maybe this will pass pretty soon. I'd love to get the whole hull. Say that quickly. Whole hull. I'd like to get the whole hull buffed out today. Would be phenomenal. It might be more than I can do physically, and then we'll go to the top side, and we're gonna hit the top side and make it as shiny as we can make it, and make it look great, because it's gonna protect it from the elements, you know. So I think we're slowing down. I think I'm gonna be able to get back to work. All right, well, we'll see you in a little bit. Okie doke. So I've done 2 coats of the heavy cut, 2 coats of the polish, and between each coat, you gotta put the material on, take the material off, put the material on, take it off, put it on, take it off, put it on, take it off. Now I'm at the final takeoff. So this is my this is my 9th pass. My arms are going to be huge. My last pass was polish. This is nothing. It's just a clean pad. It's going to take that polish off. We're going to buff. We're going to do it at the highest RPM, 3,200.
I've been drinking muddy water, sleeping in a hollow. I've been drinking muddy water, sleeping in a hollow. Lord, if I can be your kid, man, I ain't gonna be your dog. I roll and I tumble, right there on my own. I roll
There you have it. It's probably about as good as she's gonna get. I'm still gonna wax her, either with some kind of a, probably some kind of a polymer. I don't know, maybe I will ceramic coat it. I mean, you got a reflection for sure. It's not a mirror, but it's certainly reflecting. She's shiny, and I'm happy. Compared to what she looks brand new. How she was. Back end is still dirty. This stuff, when you hit the polishing wheel anywhere near the metal, it does this. And I'll have to buff the back here by hand. It's just too much junk back here. And this side, of course, still dull. See? No shine, no reflection, just dull. So it's quite the difference. I'm very pleased. My body's not pleased. My body's pretty pissed. My legs hurt. My arms and shoulders they're done for the day, I think. But I mean, look at that. That's a shiny back end. That's awesome. That makes me so happy. And so now, I sanded this with 80 grit sandpaper. I mean, it was rough stuff to get down and get all that crap out of the paint. And then I hit it with 100, and then I hit it with 200. I mean, it tells you if I just put a little more effort in, a little more arm power and some more back torment, I could have taken it up to 1,000 grit, and we probably have a nearly mirror finish. But I said, let's forego that because I still might paint this boat next year. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna polish this. Now the top side, I only cleaned that with Comet. I literally only got the fungus and the funk off. It's not been sanded. So I've got a real good feeling if I hit it with that heavy cutting pound, I can't talk, that heavy cutting compound, and then hit it with the polish and the wax, top side's probably gonna look pretty damn good. The only problem with doing the top side is there's so many things attached to the deck that are gonna be really hard to get around. I am by no means removing all that stuff because it's wildly complex. It's not a matter of just pulling a couple of screws. Everything is through the hole. It is glued down essentially with 5200, and then it is backside bolted. It'd take me, I bet it'd take me the better part of an entire week to pull everything off the top surface, and it's just not necessary. At Harbor Freight, where I got this polishing stuff, there was a little tiny, I can't remember what their brand is. Is it Hammer or something like that? It's a blue piece of equipment. You know, like DeWalt is yellow, Milwaukee is red. It's a blue, and I think it's Harbor Freight's brand. They had this little tiny polisher with a head on it about like that. I think I'll go get that thing. It was like $60, and then some polishing heads, and then I can really get around all those little places that this big machine won't do. The top side I think is going to be brutal because I'm on my knees, and a lot of the places are going to be really hard to get to, or I'm on a ladder doing it from the ground on the deck side, you know, on the edges of the decks. Whew, I'm worn out. I'm only doing one side today, and the rain's picked back up again. Yeah, look at that. It's a shiny back end. You could see the fence in there. Well, that's amazing. I'm so pleased how this boat's going to look. She's going to look so good when I finally put her in the water. And I can hardly wait for that day to come. I dream about it. When I'm working on the boat, I'm ecstatically happy. My friend Chris mentioned to Susan the other day that, you know, when Brian's on that boat, when he's working on that boat, he's so happy. And it's hilarious that he noticed that, and Susan noticed it. And I am. When I have a project like this, it makes me have a purpose, and it makes me so happy. I'm driven when I do them, and I want to get them done, and I want to do them real well. She's going to be really one hell of a boat. I can't wait to put her stripes on and her name. She's just going to look gorgeous. The rain came back, but I got her booty here. Pretty good. I got 2 layers of compound and one clean off. I've just wiped her down. I need to hit her with the polishing pad and then hit her with the polish protector. I'm waiting for the rain to pass again. I've got it all the way. You can probably tell where the line is, about there. See where it goes from shiny to dull. So, I'm telling you, my body is hurting. Hurting for certain. Look at that. Look at the shine on that side. I'm astounded. Susan came out and she's like, it looks pretty good. Crushed my soul just a little bit. It looks pretty good. Looks like a new freaking boat. Got a little bit of, I think that's 5200 that I got on there. Yeah, I can get that off with the razor blade. She feels smooth. I mean, you touch it, it just feels fantastic. She's gonna just glide through the water. I can't wait to finish the paint on the keel and up here where the pads are. I put in quite a bit of thought into how I'm gonna jack her up. I've got some big lumber in the back of the, actually it's over, yeah, it's over there on the trailer. I forgot I parked the trailer over there. But I've got some 2x8s and 2x10s. I'm going to build a cradle, essentially, that I can then jack up the stern. And all I have to do is just kind of take the weight off and get her off the, get her off the pads. So the cool thing is, she's sitting on her stern, or on her stern. You can tell I'm tired. I can't talk. She's sitting on her keel. So, you drop these back pads. It's not like she's going to fall down. She could certainly lean to the right or to the left. That's what we're going to try to prevent. But she's not going to go any further down. I would like to see the rear end come down and the nose pitch more up. So she's riding properly on this trailer, but I don't know if I can make that happen without actually getting her off of it completely, readjusting it, getting her back on it, and then adjusting it again. I think this trailer is not original to this boat. I think the seller had mentioned to me the original trailer was not great, not in very good shape, and this was a better trailer. So I'd just take his word for it. But I've got 2 tires in the Amazon cart. I got two tires. The 2 rears are bald. So that's $120 worth of tires. I'll have to have Greg Bruce mount and balance for me. I suspect those tires probably wore themselves smooth on the way up from Oklahoma, because the thing was doing the wag most of the way up here. He said if he went over 55, it would wag. And any little bit of back and forth, you're essentially scrubbing the tires on the pavement. But yeah, they're almost completely bald. So say a little prayer for me. Make this rain go away so I can continue my freeboard polish.
Let's buff.
Can you see that shine? Look at that. Reflection. It's glorious. Reflection. It's amazing. Looks so good. Smooth as glass. If the rain would stop, I'd be getting this done.
The next day.
Good morning. It's Sunday morning. Well, it's almost noon. I've just finished polishing out starboard side 2 times, polished it 2 times, and I've waxed it. Polished out no, didn't polish out, waxed the other side. Actually, I did do a little polishing. I'm so thrilled. I mean, if you saw this boat in the beginning, how just kind of awful it looked. It looks like a new boat comparatively. And it's got shine again. I mean, it's not great shine, but it's shiny. Had I sanded it a couple of more times and got down to like 1,000 or 2,000 grit and then polished it out, we'd be mirror finish. But we still don't know if I'm going to paint this boat next year. I'm just thrilled at how it looks. Look at that shine. I'm just astounded. I can't wait to put it in the water. Today I ordered striping. Brand new striping coming. We're going to have a 3-inch green right here with a blue probably at the top, and it's a light powdery blue with it'll be a 2-inch with a double blue. It'll be blue, white, blue, green. And down here it's going to be a wider 3-inch also with the double blue. And by double blue, I mean it's 2 blue stripes with a white stripe between. And it's one piece. It's a pinstripe. Back end, you can't tell that it's polished out and shiny. It's in the direct sunlight. But look at that shine. I mean, that's just glorious. I didn't record the polish because you don't want to watch me polish out a boat. It's just a lot of standing there holding a machine going back and forth and back and forth. Can't figure out what's going on here. It's like a dent from the inside. I don't know what that is. But I'm happy. The hull, the freeboard, it looks smooth. I mean, it looks really nicely unchecked. It's polished. The wax went on real well. And I can't wait to get my striping on. I need to register the boat and get my number. I'm going to order numbers, and my stripe will begin here at a point and come to about the back stay of the pulpit, and then from here to however big they're printed to about here will be my numbers, and I'll get them in a nice font. I hate block letter numbers. They look like crap. if Kansas will allow it, I'll do more of a script in green, unless that's not allowed either. I've seen letters and colors, but I think it depends on the state. And then we'll pick the stripe back up. It's gonna look sick. Look at my bronze pass through, totally polished out. It's beautiful. I need to clean the goop out of it, but I love it so much. Let's look at. You want to see some of the products I've used? So let me find my wax. Okay, products used. Breed compound from McGuire's. Wonderful product. Took the oxidation right out. This is, if I had to put an equivalent on this, I bet it's close to 1,000 or 1,200 grit sandpaper. It really cut. I would start at a low RPM at 600 and work up to a medium RPM of about 1,200. Fantastic stuff. You gotta be careful with this. You can swirl your boat. You can end up leaving swirls. So it's, you gotta really keep moving your machine back and forth pretty uniformly. We'd clean that off with a buffing pad, go straight into the original gel gloss polish and protector for RVs and boats, shower sinks, tubs, spas, vanities, and blah, 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 blah. Fantastic stuff. Probably likened to a 3,000 grit, cleaned and polished at the same time. Really nice stuff. Didn't leave the highest shine that I kind of wanted. So we went into the Total Boat Premium Wax, and fantastic stuff. And really a polishing paste is what it is. It's filling in all the little imperfections. It'll polymerize, and it just makes it look about smooth as glass. And like I said, had the surface been prepped a little bit better, had I done a little more sanding, we'd probably have a mirror finish. And I'm not that picky. It's a 1985 boat. It's my first boat. It doesn't have to be that perfect. Had I painted the boat, yeah, for sure. I'd have done it as much to perfect as possible. I want to get this boat in the water. I'm dying to go sailing. Like, if I could take this today and go put it in the water, I would. But I've still got stuff to do to it that prevents me from doing that. I've got to replace the stay cable on the starboard side, and there's a little bit of electronic work to need to do. A little bit more running rigging needs to be replaced. And I know you could say, oh, you're just making up excuses to not get it in the water. And that may be half true. Really, the thing is, doing that stuff on the water makes it 10 times harder. And being able to do it here in the driveway and not hurry myself, not be in a more dangerous situation, and having really quick access to my entire tool shop, my entire workshop, and every tool I own, pretty valuable. So I'm not in a hurry to put it in, while I am also in a hurry to put it in. Still gonna polish out my rudder, the top of it. I'm a little concerned that the polish has gotten on the black. I imagine with a little soap and water and a scrub brush, I could probably get that off. I'm not real worried about it. I mean, nobody's going to see the bottom of the boat. That's polish. That's the McGuire's, the blue stuff. And, you know, if nothing, maybe it'll just provide a little more protectant. I don't know if anybody's ever polished their bottom paint before. I mean, sure, it wouldn't hurt. But I've got some bottom painting to do. Of course, where the pads are and that one side of the keel that needs to be done. And that's about it. I don't know how my can of Comet got crushed like that. That's a little weird. Huh. Anyway, the boat is in nose down position right now, so I could polish the front of it. I'm gonna have to raise it back up. I'm still just astounded. Look at that. Look at that shine. It wasn't shiny like that when I got it. Even before I sanded it, it was just wildly oxidized. So, God, I'm adding dollars every day, adding more value to this boat when I one day go to sell it. So thanks for watching. I know this is one of the longer videos of boat maintenance. It's been a long process to polish this boat out. Viciously physical. My arms and my shoulders and my upper back. Oh man, that rotary buffer, it's a beast. If you did that every day, you'd be cut up. You would have a chest and arms on you like Hercules. So I'm glad to be done with that portion. But I am going to try and polish the top side of the boat, which is going to be exponentially harder because of all the nooks and the crannies and getting into these weird spaces. I wish I could just paint it and forget about it, but that almost seems harder. Not getting paint on stuff seems harder than buffing around stuff. And excuse me, I gotta wipe my nose. The cotton pads, when they spin, they throw fuzz everywhere, and I'm so itchy. I'm sure I'm filthy. Anyway, well, I'm rambling on. I'm gonna go. So this video isn't 16 hours long. See you later.
Your participation means everything. Please hit that like and subscribe button